Well, Victoria may not make the grade with the Conference Board of Canada, but City Council is hoping to get a passing mark from Victoria voters by keeping taxes in line. There is pressure this year on the city to do more with less, and that means that homeowners and businesses will likely have to pay more to see it done. And City Hall right now is looking for new ways to find new money.
Victoria Council has some tough decisions to make before the end of the month. How to stretch property taxes to cover a budget that already has a shortfall.
I just believe that that gap is something that needs to be addressed.
The initial projection has Council considering a 4.75% tax increase. That's a hike of $80 to $100 on the average home in Victoria.
Well, certainly what we're trying to do is do more with less. We have a lot of demands for services and increases of services. At the same time, we're seeing revenue and income fall.
That pressure will be put on city taxpayers, who will have to come up with more money to deal with issues such as housing the city's homeless population. Increased policing costs to keep downtown safe is another area where Victoria feels it is once again picking up the tab for the region.
Well, we certainly are seeing the impacts of provincial downloading, provincial cuts to services. I mean, 50% of our calls in our downtown core were for unwanted people, which is really a social issue as opposed to a policing issue.
To help curb the tax bill, Council is looking at unique ways of generating revenue, such as selling the naming rights to the conference centre or placing advertising on the city's new parking meters. Dean Fortin doesn't feel those options are a long-term solution.
I think from a practical point of view, you don't generate a lot of revenue from that for a lot of effort.
Whatever increase City Council decides upon, it will not even take into effect the massive infrastructure issue that the City of Victoria has to deal with. The oldest city west of Winnipeg, roads, sewers and buildings need repair. The city says for that to occur, money will have to come from another source.
As the provincial government goes on and collects the taxes, they need to be rebating that back more.
The city could get some relief with a hike in parking fees and cancelling free parking on Sundays. The mayor is non-committal on that, but he acknowledges there will be pressure to increase parking fees when the HST is introduced on July 1st. The harmonized tax will eat up $650,000 of annual revenue, money the city says it cannot afford to lose. And it's a cost that the mayor says he is not prepared to pass on to homeowners. In Victoria, Stephen Andrew, A News.